Gonna find you and take it slowly. Ready or not, here I come. You can't hide. Gonna find you and make you want me.
Now that I escape, sleep, walk awake.
Yeah.
Those who can relate know the world ain't cake. Jail bars ain't golden gates. Those who fake, they break. When they meet their 400-pound mate, if I could rule the world, everyone would have a gun in the ghetto, of course, when get the up and on their horse. I kick around drinking moonshine. I pour a sip on the concrete for the deceased, but no, don't weep. Wyclef's in a state of sleep, thinking about the robbery that I did last week. Money in the bag, banker look like a drag. I wanna play with pelicans from here to Baghdad. Gun blast, think fast, I think I'm hit. My girl pinched my hips to see if I still exist. I think not, I'll send a letter to my friends. A born again hooligan, only to be king again.
Ready or not, here I come. You can't hide. Gonna find you and take it slowly. Ready or not, here I come. You can't hide. Gonna find you and make you want me. Yo, I play my enemies like a game of chess where I rest. No stress if you don't smoke cess. Less, I must confess, my destinies manifest. In some Gore-Tex and sweats, I make tracks like I'm homeless. Rap orgies with Borgie and Bess. Capture your bounty like Elliot Ness. Yes, bless you if you represent the fool, but I hex you with some witches brew if you do voodoo. I could do what you do, easy. Believe me, frontin' niggas give me heebie-jeebies. So why you imitating Al Capone? I be Nina Simone and defecating on your microphone. Ready or not, here I come. You can't hide. Gonna find you and take it slowly. You can't run away from these styles I got, oh baby. Hey baby, 'cause I got a lot, oh yeah. And anywhere you go, my whole crew gonna know, oh baby. Hey baby, you can't hide from the bag, oh no.
Ready or not, refugees taking over. The Buffalo Soldier, dreadlock roster. On the 12th hour, fly by in my bomber. Crews run for cover, now they under pushing up flowers. Super fly, true lies do or die. Toss me high, only puff fly with my crew from like high. I, refugee from Guantanamo Bay. Dance around the border like I'm Cassius Clay.
Ready or not, here I come. You can't hide.
Yo, nobody.
Gonna find you and take it slowly. Ready or not, here I come. You can't hide.
Yo, nobody.
Gonna find you and make you want me. Ready or
Right. My AI just changed. It just buzzed the front gate. I thank God you came. How many more days could I wait? I made plans with you, and I won't let them fall through. I think I lie for you. I think I die for you. Jodeci cry for you. Do things when you want me to. Like controller, controller. Yeah, like controller, controller. Yeah. Okay, you like it when I get aggressive. Tell you to go slower, go faster. Like controller, controller. Yeah, like controller, controller. Yeah. And I'm never on a wasting shawty. I do it how you say you want it. Them girls, they just wanna take my money. They don't want me to give you nothing. They don't want you to have nothing. They don't wanna see me find your loving. They don't wanna see me smiling back when they knowing I lie for you. Thinking I die for you. Jodeci cry for you. Do things when you want me to. Like controller, controller. Yeah, like controller, controller. Yeah.
off me garments. And I'm all fi come in a me apartment. Ooh, the girl them want the length and strength. Action speak louder than argument. Well,
But you can't just diss and come tell man sorry. You can't listen to me talk and go tell my story. Nah, it don't work like that when you love somebody. My old flex is my new flex now and we're working on it. Yeah, and that's why I need all the energy that you bring to me. My last girl would tear me apart, but she never wanna split a thing with me. But when it comes to you, I think I lie for you. I think I die for you. Do things when you want me to, like controller. Yeah, like controller. Yeah. And I'm never on a wasting shawty. I do it how you say you want it. Them girls, they just wanna take my money. They don't want me to give you nothing. They don't want you to have nothing. They don't wanna see me find your loving. They don't wanna see me smiling back when they breathe. Jeez.
music a jump. Girl a wind up them bumper. This is the summer controller. Drake from Canada. Beanie Man from Jamaica. The one you murder. Zaga.
Come on. Come on. Yeah. Come on. Yeah. Come on.
Don't be tripping when you see us in the club. Just show a little love, represent your side like me. 'Cause round here, if you slip, you catch a hot one. One shotgun, a couple of them down one. Belvedere in the rear of the club, pulled up on dubs, and we about to go and buy the bar up. So for sure we ain't playing, hang with no lames, walk insane. Hey, where the party at? Girls is on the way where the Bacardi at. Yes, we do. Bottles and models talking all of that. You know I can't forget about my love. Where the party at? And all my girls. Where the party at? Up in the club. Where the party at? If the party's where you're at, let me hear you say, oh, 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 all the girls in the club in their best outfit, just showing that skin, trying to make it on the spit. Where you been, girl? You and your friend need to come to the back. We got it locked down. Your white t-shirt or a three-piece suit, don't matter what you wear. All that matters is who you with. Some jiggy, some straight grimy. All up in the club just to have a good time. Hey, where the party at? Girls is on the way where the Bacardi at. Bottles and models talking all of that. No, I can't forget about my love. Where the party at? And all my girls. Where the party at? Where the party at? If the party's where you're at, let me hear you say, oh, 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 oh,
never get there too early, coming as is. Do rags and Timbs, I'm rolling past his. This little Jag and Benz with the rose, not the one with the stem, the one with the rim, the one that seem to make more enemies than friends. I'm sliding in past those, both eyes closed, both arms rose, both charms rose with the SOSODE.F. Buying bottle. Up to the ain't none left. I'm quick to go left. I plays with no rep. I jams more than death, baby. Show me the club. I'm like, hey, whatever car they at, come and mix it with the crisp, baby. What's wrong with that? We in the the VIP twisted. Downright spiffed. Two-way, ooh, they make it like you missed it.
Come on. Hey, where the party at? Girls is on the way where the Bacardi at. Models and models talking all of that. You know I can't forget about my thugs. Where the party at? And all my girls. Where the party at? Off in the club. Where the party at? If the party's where you're at, let me hear you say. Just put your hands up, throw 'em up. Everybody put your hands up, throw 'em. When the beat comes back around, everybody do it again.
East side run this mother for ya. Hell yeah. Do my south side run this mother for ya. Hell yeah. And them haters ain't hitting on, ain't talking about her. And they look like
if the party's where you're at, let me hear you say.
Celebration tonight. Celebrate. Don't wait too late. No, we don't stop. You can't stop. We're gonna celebrate one more time. One more time. One more time, a celebration. You know we're gonna do it right tonight. Hey, just feel it. Music's got me feeling the need. need. Yeah, come on, alright, we're gonna celebrate one more time. Celebrate and dance so free.
Hello. Smooth enough? We good? We good? All right. So, GT was awesome. And who took away something? Wants to share anything at all?
Thank you, sir. So what stood out to me from this GT was just absolute fire is when he mentioned that essentially nothing is anything until you need it. So basically he used the example of air. For me, it personally is my mobility. I didn't know how bad I really needed it until I'm missing part of it. He correlated that to the business, so you won't know how much you need money until it comes down to like rock bottom and you need it. So why not take action now and capitalize on the health that you have? So that's what stood out to me.
All right. If the energy is low, you guys know what's coming. All right. I guess I'm talking to that side. All right. You guys are lucky. He's awesome. Right? He knows how to hype it up. But you guys know what's gonna happen, right? Somebody's gonna come up here. No, somebody's gonna come up here and do burpees, right? In front of the entire hierarchy. So keep the energy high. All right? All right. Who else took away something?
The fact that our ego and how that always gets in our way. I know that there's levels to these things. So when you think your ego has been put to the side and you think, oh yeah, I'm ready to work, there's another level that you still have to overcome. So that's one. And then also within that same is the fact that you're not going to be able to move forward until you decide that you haven't done anything. And he said it, 100% correct. What he said is, if Eric feels that he has not accomplished anything yet, what have we accomplished? And that's something to think about and to humble yourself about. and they know that you have to get to work. I know I have to get to work, so.
Awesome. Thank you. Do you love your energy? Right, that's the big question. It's like I could see you guys do so much better, but do you see that you can do better than what you're exerting right now? But that's true. When it comes down to success, it's quite relative. You're successful compared to who? Right, you're doing good compared to who? And I know a lot of us, we come from different backgrounds, right? Some of us are making 6 figures out there already. Your experience, awesome. You guys are gonna bring so much value to the hierarchy, right? But then at the same time, are you willing to let go of what you have learned and be a student of the business? There are ways that we do things here, and that's our core value. That's our culture. But that in no way means that we don't value what you're gonna bring. We still open up to listen to your ideas, be confident to bring up any ideas to help us get to the next level. We are a team for a reason, right? We are not North Korea, we are not Russia, we're in the US, right? And we appreciate you guys. I learned a few things over the past few days, right? It's actually my story is like my own family, right? I was gonna go on an appointment with my sister yesterday, right? But then she didn't have anybody to look after her daughters. So I said, Mom, can you come home early from the restaurant, right? It would take my mom about an hour and a half to come back home. So what that means is my brother had to give up his day off to get to the restaurant early so that my parents can come back home, take care of the daughters, and so my sister could go to the training with me, right? And then it just hit me that, holy cow, it's not just us, the trainers, that expect you to perform at your best, right? We have to understand what you have to get done before you are able to get yourself in front of us and then go do an appointment with us. So I just want to tell you guys, parents, people who have to deal with your kids, you guys are freaking awesome, okay? Just to get yourself here on a Wednesday evening, I know, right? That's why I'm saying it now. But that's the whole point, right? How many things you have to do to put yourself in a position to start winning? It's so much more than a single guy who has nothing to worry about just to show up. But then again, the more work you're willing to put in, the more you're willing to give up, the sweeter the success would be, right? And you're gonna feel like it's so worth it. And yesterday, it's just like, that is really cool, okay? And to see my sister, and now she's back here again, right? The sacrifice she's willing to do. And the conversation that we had in the car on the ride back is, Anne got a new teammate, Fanny and Guillermo, right? I said, Anne, the reason why Joy and I push you so much to be an MD is so that in the future, whoever comes on your team, you could challenge them to do the exact same thing. You could tell them your story, all the things that you need to do to get yourself in a position that you could hit that promotion. You're gonna give yourself a moral authority to talk to anyone. Anybody's gonna come your team, 100 people, 1,000 people that would come your way, and challenge every single one of them. Because you have the story to back it up, and you have the success at a certain level to back it up. Make sense? Yes. Well, my point is, all the parents out there, we appreciate you. All the hard work, all the sacrifice, all the single guys. David's not single. Daniel's not so single. put in much more work, right? Time is a commodity. It's more valuable than gold, than anything else. Once it's gone, right? I know that I'm not the best at allocating my time wisely, right? No, not wisely, like. But I'm glad that we have an example for us to follow, right? Who else took away something?
You have to be disciplined in all areas of your life. I would say I'm a pretty disciplined person ever since I was young. Very disciplined, but of course there's always other aspects of your life that you have to get better at. So with gym, with going to the gym, with everything, and now with business. So that's the one thing that Oak and I are still working on, is being more disciplined in the business as well. So.
Yes. Well, if you have nobody to hold you accountable and keep you disciplined, go find one, right? Somebody that's gonna hold you accountable. The first person is your upline, right? When Eric gave me a call in the morning, sometimes 8 a.m. or 7:30 a.m. I was still dreaming some of those times. No, I'm admitting it, right? Something that I have to work on. But then it's like, up. My face like this, and then like, it's like, hey bro, how you doing? Good morning. But you need that kind of person to do that to you, though. I know it's funny, but then we all need that, right? If they don't have each other, the gym and the fitness level that you guys are, the journey wouldn't be this much, how should I say it, fruitful, right? The transformation, the change that you can see from yourself, in yourself, for the both of you, right? So go find that someone who's gonna keep you disciplined and accountable. All right, anybody else? Come on, anything? That's it. That's a great training. It took a lot. You already went. Let's see. I'm gonna pick a few people from the crowd, because I know almost everybody's in here, right? Jesus, since you are the up and coming on evolution, let's see what you took away.
So one of the things that I actually took away was one of the things that Eric said at the beginning. He said, if you're in this room, then you're probably not like average or normal, you know, because so it takes a special kind of person to be here. What's that?
A little bit more. How it relates to you.
So if you believe that you're here, then you're meant to be here. You know, just because it's like it doesn't require an average person to be here. I don't know how much more I can elaborate that.
All right then. Thank you. Sheila?
Something big that I caught was the key is to gather. And he referenced how other organizations gather in order to grow. And the big one is church, the military, even here in WFG, at your job. Like, in order for it to function, you have to gather the people. And if you're not gathering the people, then it can't function. And I've heard that before, but it meant something different this time. And it really made sense. And so if our leader is doing the same thing, then we should just follow suit.
Awesome. Sorry. I think it's kind of show on my face, if you guys can tell already. I'm questioning a lot right now. If I can just put it right. EA is coming up. So all the speaker lineup. Nobody can do it. You guys get that, right? I challenge you, Yarif, if you see this, or Nick.
Is it? Am I good? All right, there we go. Cool. All right, guys. So this is a good meeting today, huh? Yeah. I got a lot of positive feedback on our Base Shop chat right now about the message I gave a little bit earlier. And I want everybody here to know, I say these things out of love, I promise, man. I want you guys to win. You have no idea how badly I want all of you guys to win. And you're going to have to buy into a couple things. You know, you have to understand that, you know, weird equals rich, and guess what? Normal equals poor, right? Weird and rich or cool and broke. You have to decide which one you want to be. Because there's no such thing as being cool and rich. There's no such thing as that. I am not a cool person. I don't want to be a cool person. I have no intention of fitting in with anybody else. I have no intention of fitting in with the rest of society. I don't want to drive a Prius. No offense, right? I don't want to drive a Corolla. I don't want to live in a box, a very small box at that, right? I don't want to rent out an apartment. That's not my thing. I don't want to not be able to travel the world. I don't want to be able to not spend time with my family. I don't want to not be able to do anything because of money. I want to live out my dreams. I want to be 100% locked in. And all of you guys should hopefully want the same thing. You know, we met a really awesome dude. Just right now, I had no clue. It's crazy. You know how you just attract great people into your life? You know, I always talk about that, right? So we're literally, Jeff is picking us up from the airport from Hawaii, okay? And you're not gonna believe this. So we're standing outside. It was outside the terminal, wasn't it? Yeah, by the shuttles. Okay, so in LAX, we just landed, and you know, the second we get there, a gentleman comes up to us. 25-year-old gentleman comes up to us, and he's half Filipino, half Mandarin, right? Half Chinese. And he speaks Mandarin, and he comes over and he overheard our conversation, I guess, with Jeff that we were having, and at the end of the day, this guy happens to be, get this, he's from Hawaii, okay? He's from Hawaii, Honolulu specifically. His whole mom's side of the family is from Hawaii. Knows tons of people in Hawaii, and then his dad's side is from Burbank out here. Okay. He resides in Hawaii right now, okay? So he comes up and approaches Monica and starts talking to her. And he goes, I used to be in WFG 4 years ago. I said, really? He goes, yeah, I was just a little too young at the time. I was going to college over in, I think it was San Francisco. And he was driving down to San Jose to go to the meetings. So Monica takes down his number, they exchange information, they talk later that night. Babe, I think that Alex just poked his head in here. Can you see what they need? And then you know, so basically they connect, right? She invites him to the BPM. Hey, why don't you just come check out our office? So he shows up. He's here right now. Okay, he's here right now. Brandon, yeah. And then I sit with Brandon. Really nice guy, really good guy. I sit with Brandon just right now, do the hiring interview. I come to find out that he goes, yeah, I would want back in the business, but how am I going to do it in Hawaii? I said, well, we've been needing an office in Hawaii, in Honolulu. And so I said, I'll tell you what, you do this business and you know a lot of people in Hawaii. He goes, yeah. And I said, I'll field train you. I'll fly out to Hawaii. We'll build an office in Honolulu for you. And he goes, I'm in. Let's do it. And his parents own a huge real estate investment firm. Just think about that for a second. Think about what you're attracting. What are we attracting? You think it's by chance? It's like, it's so funny. It's like we attract that, and you're trying to find your prospect at, you know, the diaper section in Target. No, I want you to just think about that. Why? What's the difference? No, listen to me. Listen to me. What's the difference? What's the difference? Okay? People are saying no to you, but why are they just coming up to us? They couldn't have known that we're good at the business. They just came up to us. Maybe it's because of the way we carry ourselves. Maybe it's the confidence that we exude. Maybe it's that we have conversations and we truly believe in what we do. Do you know I have no idea what could come from this? You're going to have June De La Cruz has an office in Honolulu. He has an office, a really nice one, glass all the way around. One of his SMDs runs it. He's posted a couple times on his social media. And I want you just to, it's nuts. You guys get how crazy that is? Like in literally 6 months from now, we could be talking about opening up an office in Honolulu. How about that? How about them apples? Okay. And so I'm going to do a fast start. I think I'm going to fast start him on Friday. He's here for 2 weeks. And then after that, we're gonna go and see what happens from this. Let's start going into the Burbank market, and then let's start going into the Honolulu market, then Zoom calls, and then, lickety split, boom, we got an office in Honolulu. That's Hawaii, yeah. Is that crazy or what? Yes. It's like, it's funny, the last day of Hawaii, I was watching the sunset, I'm like, dude, I don't want to leave. God answered my prayers. I can go back. Guys, again, manifest destiny, whether you believe it or not, it is the truth. We keep recruiting these great players, these great people. I mean, he's a great guy. Great guy. You get a chance to meet him. Very mature, right? And the bottom line is what? It's like this stuff keeps happening because we're on it, okay? We're on it. At some point, hey, let me tell you something. At some point, you're going to have to make a decision to go all in. And I'm going to tell you this, 20%, if you do 20% of the stuff we tell you to do, you'll kick the crap out of most people in the company. You do 20% of the stuff that we're telling you to do right now, okay? You will beat most people in the company. Couple things. You need a 90-day plan, okay? You need a 90-day plan, and you need a 180-day plan, 3 months and 6 months. You need to get a mentor who you have, okay? Obviously, I can help you build the business. You need to get a running mate, somebody who can build the business with you side by side. Simple as that. Stop hanging out with people that hold you back. Hang out with people that drive you and push you forward. Your associations are everything, okay? Your friendships, your relationships, your business partnerships, all of that stuff. Do you realize that your relationships should not be based off of, anything other than your progress in the business? Okay? For a certain amount of time, it should be the case. Do I have friends outside the business? Absolutely. And they're all successful. Most of them are successful. I have some that are not so successful that require my help and my guidance. But while you're building the business, all of your friends need to be successful or aspire to be successful. They have to. There's no other choice. You are who you associate yourself with. Get a mentor, get around the right people, execute the right actions. Stop letting people hold you back. Stop letting people hold you back. Okay? Friendships, relationships that are no good for you, people that, you know what? It's so funny. I used to be in this relationship a long time ago. It was, goodness, I think it was back in like 2009, 2010. And, every day I'd come back, it's like it was hell on earth. Because I was back at like 10 o'clock at night from appointments. I'd work my butt off the whole day. And all she would be telling me is, why you got to be out so late? Anybody feel that way? Right? Yeah, you won't. Felt? Okay. Well, guess what? She goes, Dad, yeah, right. You'll never make it there. You'll never make it in the business. I said, well, you're never going to make it with me. Peace. You got to stop being with people that don't believe in you. Friendships, relationships, all that stuff. Stop being with people that don't believe in you. Because if they really believed in you, they would push you to go do your best. Not hold you back because they're scared of what you could become. You're changing. You've changed. Yeah, for the better. You haven't changed for shit. Make sense? Yes. Ooh, that makes people's ears bleed. Good. Because don't forget, people that hold you back, people that hate, they're the same people who don't grow. That's why they hold you back. Because anybody that's about progressive growth is all about what? Is all about supporting you, driving you, pushing you to do your best, encouraging you to do the extra. Knowing that you've committed yourself to a business that could change your life and the whole dynamic of how you think and how you act, right? And what money could flow into your life. So because of that dynamic, guess what? You've got to commit yourself. And you got to have that running mate alongside you, whether that be a friend, a relationship, a business partnership, whatever that is. You've got to have that running mate right next to you that's pushing you to be your very best at all times. And when we don't have people around us that support us, guess what, man? Me and that relationship lasted like 2 months. It was done before it started. Okay? Reason why is, guess what? I had the option of either extending that relationship, okay? Where guess what? Keep in mind, all relationships are the same way, no matter who they are, okay? When one person grows and the other person stays the same, there's only so far you can stretch before that rubber band does what? Snaps, gone. Okay, so one of two things give. Either this person quits the business and gives up on their dreams, or they just break up. I have conversations like this with people every day. People that need advice. Okay? And I want to let you guys know that, look, you need to be all in. And by the way, sometimes it takes some patience, but that they have to show that of coming around. Like Wisely, I gave you the option, didn't I? Back in the day, when Sophia was not on board, you guys had been together how long at the time? 5 years. I told them to quit this business or break up with her if she's not going to join. Yeah. Guess what she did? She came on board, and did you know that Sophia's first year in the business, because she came on board, that she was the number 2 or 3 recruiter in the company. She was the number 3 recruiter in the entire company, guys. She hit SMD by herself outside of Wisely. Okay? So guess what? Just because somebody starts off a certain way doesn't mean they're going to end up a certain way. But you got to give yourself that time to fall in love with the business. This business is an acquired taste. I don't know if many of you guys have figured that one out. It's an acquired taste. Okay? But you better taste it, damn it. You better savor that shit. Okay? It's an acquired taste. But I promise you, it tastes the best when you understand it. And the only way to understand it is to do more of it and to put yourself in positions that are uncomfortable. That includes what? Long days, late nights, early mornings, right? Tons of appointments, tons of meeting people, tons of rejection, tons of no's, tons of all this other stuff. You got to go through the crap in order for you to come out the other side, right? But that other side is riches. That other side is fortune for your family. That other side is accomplishment, fulfillment. Lots of families helped. Lots of people served. There's a lot of benefit that comes with that, guys. Okay? And I want to let everybody know that, look, you're doing the right thing. Remember, when everybody else thinks that you're doing the wrong thing, that's when you know you're doing the right thing. Okay? When everybody else thinks that you're doing the right thing, that's when you know you're doing the wrong thing. That's the truth. Because people are sheep. People are sheep. When they go, what are you doing? Well, you're out of your mind. Thank you. I appreciate that. You have basically reinforced the fact that I'm doing the right thing. You have no idea how many people have told me when I was coming up in the business, they were like, you'll never make it. What are you doing? Go get yourself a real job. Oh, and be miserable like you? No, thank you. Okay? Just remember that. It's like we're trying to accomplish something that's bigger than us, that's bigger than everybody. Okay? So just remember that. I think that I think great things can happen if you understand that you need a couple things to align themselves together. That's mentorship, that's a plan, and that's taking action with that plan. So, question, what are you going to do tomorrow? Tomorrow's Thursday, okay? 2 days before Elite Academy. Tomorrow's Thursday. What are you going to do tomorrow to further your progress in the business and build momentum into it? Hey, here's a fun fact. Any business you submit tomorrow or Friday or Saturday will count for Elite Academy when it hits on Tuesday. Just remember that. So you're getting yourself a 4-day head start, two or 3 day head start if you're submitting business tomorrow. If you're not submitting business tomorrow, you're behind the 8 ball already because there's going to be plenty of people that are submitting business immediately. Okay, there's probably people that have submitted business today, right? First thing I did, I was talking to Oak, and we submitted a policy today with Oak and Joy, and like, great, that thing's going to count on when it hits on Tuesday. Perfect. So head start, and we got business with Lillian and Hui, and then we're submitting those, and that's going to count for their Elite Academy, Class 1. So there's going to be competition, there's going to be homework, it's going to be ridiculous. It's going to be inconvenient, you're going to be tired. Great. Oh, so you're going to be hungry, you're going to be pissed off. I love it. You're going to be sweating. I'm going to be here. Good. That lets me know it's working. It's working. What do you mean it's working? Well, one of two things is happening. You're either getting closer to going all in or you're getting closer to quitting. Either way, problem solved. Like, let me know who you are. Like, I beg people all the time, let me know who you are. Are you a winner or are you a weenie? Let me know which one you are. If you quit, oh, we all knew. You couldn't hang. That's why you quit. You know, people only quit because they can't hang. They like to justify it with, oh, that thing was crazy. Oh, it wasn't for me. It's not my thing. It's not your thing because you suck at it. That makes sense? Yes. It's not your thing because you suck at it. If you were good at it, would it be your thing? Yeah. If you're making $500,000 a year, would it be your thing? Oh, so whether it's your thing or not is perspective, isn't it? It's an acquired taste, right? You think the guy shoveling shit, is that his thing? Or does he get up and do it every single day because he's got to do it and he's got to provide? And maybe it pays him really well. Hey, let me ask you a question. You know garbage guys, they get paid a lot of money. They do really well. And do you think, you know, picking up trash, do you think that's their thing? Hey, if it pays them pretty well, damn right it's their thing. Yes or no? Yes. Tell me to clean a toilet for $1 million? That's my thing. I clean toilets, baby. Is that true? So keep in mind, whether it's your thing or not is perspective. It's perspective. Okay? So just because you're not good at recruiting, just because you're not good at selling, just because you're not good at the words of the business, doesn't mean it's not your thing. It just means you haven't put in enough work to determine whether it's your thing or not. That's why I always tell people, you don't know if this thing is your thing until you're at least 5 years in the business. 5 years is the minimum, like, benchmark. If you're not even 5 years in, you don't even know if it's your thing. Because the first 5 years is a learning curve. The first 5 years is just learning. Some of you guys don't understand that. It's like you want 5 months and, you know, stratosphere. That's not how it works. It takes 5 years to learn anything. I was an EMD in 4 or 5 years in the company. And then eventually just branched off CEO and got bigger and bigger from that. What are you going to do? Yeah, these meetings are long, dude. They're drawn out. It's 10 o'clock. It's Wednesday. I'm tired. You're such a wah-wah, dude. Why are you so, you know? Look at that. Kids laughing at you. Kids laughing at you. She's like, yeah, I've been through this before. You're such a wuss. That's not what I wanted to say, but we're going to sweeten it up for that, right? For Ann's kid, right? But hey, is it true? It's like, right? She's laughing at that. And mom's laughing at that. You got kids laughing at you. People that just tap out so quickly, you got kids that are laughing at you. And you know what's funny? Those kids are going to be millionaires. Not because of their parents, but because of the habits that they learn from this business, from being around champions. You know other people's kids? They don't get a chance to learn from champions. Who do they learn from? Uncle Ernie. Uncle Ernie scratching his gut, watching football all damn day. Right? Watching other people live out their dreams at the expense of his own. They learn from Uncle Ernie. Hey, you learn from Uncle Eric. You know what that's about, right? Guess what? If I had a mentor, if I was able to sit, I want you to think about this. You know, I think about this sometimes. I go back. I was like, imagine if all of you guys had the opportunity to sit in a meeting like this when you were her age. You had the opportunity to show up to an office every single day. Like Joy, Oak and Joy's child is going to come out and immediately, like right now, right? Her child is listening to my words. Right? Seriously, like she's going to come out of Joy and she's going to come out like, oh, fired up. You're going to do the damn whoosh. You were going to say something, Sheila?
Yeah, when I was pregnant, you, Aaron, and Wisely were the only ones that could calm him down. He would listen and not move in my stomach when you guys were talking.
There it is. You think they're not listening, they are. Remember, you're a product of your environment. So see, it's next level. It's something bigger than you think it is. Okay? I'll tell you this right now. If I had the opportunity to, some of these kids right now are sitting in these meetings and they're listening to multimillionaires talk about the future and talk about where they're going instead of their problems. I want you to think about something. A child grows up and acts just like the people that surround them. Meaning that if the people that surround them constantly talk about problems or they fight or they're stressed out or it's about finances, it's about this or that, right? Guess what? They grow up thinking that their problems are the biggest thing that they need to worry about. When the reality is not their problems, it's their examples around them. You know, look at Angela and Jason's child. Look at Jenna and Jayla, right? They surround themselves with champions all the time. And Jenna's just talking about how she believes in herself all the time. She's only like 4 years old. Right? And it's constantly talking about how she believes in herself. This is a great environment for kids. It's a great environment for kids. Right? This is going to teach them the reality of life, not some crap that school wants to teach them. Stay in school. Stay in school till you're 18, and then get a code number. Yeah, I'm not kidding. You know what's crazy? You know, June De La Cruz's son is an SMD. June De La Cruz's son is an SMD. How cool is that? Where the son, June De La Cruz, who's going to speak in Class 2 of Elite Academy, has been to Hawaii 24 times with the company. 24 times, once a year, for 24 years in a row. Think about this. He's a multi-millionaire in the business, decamillionaire, okay? And his son grew up, I think Justin's, 22 now, something like that, 21 or 22. So Justin's been to Hawaii ever since he was born. Every year, his parents qualify for the trip. He's accustomed to going to Hawaii every single year with the company and getting treated like royalty. And when he gets old enough to go, hey, Dad, how do we qualify for Hawaii? Well, you got to be an SMD and you got to do a points. Guess what his dream is now at 18 years old? I want to be an SMD. It's not, I want to go and study to be a pharmacy tech. No offense. Does that make sense, though?
Yes.
Sure.
She just had her career day last week, and she had to dress up of what she wants to be to school. And she said, I asked her, what do you want to be? Not astronaut anymore? She said, I want to be a financial advisor.
You're ahead of, how old are you? 9? Oh, man. Can you imagine her future in like 20 years? She's going to be 29 and like a CEO. Is that crazy? She's going to be a CEO in her mom's business. Seriously. You know how many, there are people that are CEOs in other people's businesses, in their parents' businesses. EMDs in their parents' businesses. Justin is on his way of being an EMD and a CEO in his dad's business. Is that crazy? He's going to make his own money. He's going to have his big team. He doesn't even need his parents. And then when his parents retire, guess what? That business gets passed underneath Justin. June De La Cruz's entire business gets passed underneath Justin's already big business at that point. How crazy is that? That's what you're building. So when you understand, it's like, you're changing perspectives of kids and what they're accustomed to. That's what's special about this thing, right? This is not something that's a fly-by-night deal. This is something that if the parents build it right, the kids end up wanting to be like the parents. What would it feel, hey, parents in here, what would it feel like where your kids look up to you as their hero and not somebody else, not some athlete, not a Marvel character, right? What if they look to your parents as the hero? Okay, that's powerful right there. And I think I can end on that note. So, Elite Academy starts Saturday. Saturday, pack a lunch. It's going to be a long day. We're going to start BPM here. BPM is going to be here at the same time. We're going to end BPM around 12:30. We're going to head down to San Diego, get something to eat, or pack a lunch. I'll have my meal preps. I'll be ready. No, seriously. I'm gonna and we're gonna get down to San Diego, and we're gonna go run amok. Okay, and then we're gonna give out the homework that day. We're gonna compete. Matt Welsh is gonna give it his best for 3 or 4 hours, and then after that, we head back. We go to work for 2 weeks. We have another Elite Academy class afterwards, and we just get on this grind, man. This is the last month to qualify for Miami. It's the last month to qualify for Maine. Okay, and it's already, by the way, it's already the 4th. It's about to be the 5th. You have 25 days to qualify for Miami, or else I'll send you a postcard. It's time to go. Yes? Yes. And we got the Maine trip coming up too. Got some qualifiers for that. Hopefully you do. If you qualify for Miami, you're probably going to qualify for Maine as well. Just, it's a 2-in-1 deal. It's the best deal in the world, and they're both free. You should go. You should be there. Deal? Yes. Max out your life. Let's do a quick whoosh, and then we're going to have a quick base shop meeting, 2 minutes. Oak, I need you to run that for me, please. And we are good to go. Oak, come up here, lead us out, and then run the base shop meeting. My base shop, stay behind. Thank you.
Said she tired, little money, need a big boy. Pull up 20-inch blades like I'm Lil Troy. Now it's everybody flocking, need a decoy. Shorty mixing up the vodka with the